Your credit score is not just a number. It is your financial reputation encoded into 3 digits. If you're sitting there with a score that feels like a weight holding you back from a lower mortgage rate, a better car loan, or even just peace of mind, understand this one thing right now. The game of credit is not about how much money you have in the bank. It is about how well you manage your promises to lenders. Most people look at their credit report like a mystery novel, where the plot is out of their control. They are wrong. It is a manual. And today, we are going to rewrite your entry from poor to excellent. Let us start with the biggest lie in the industry. You do not need to carry a balance to build credit. You do not need to pay interest to show you are reliable. That is a myth sold to people who do not understand how the system actually works. Lenders want to see two things above everything else. They want to see that you pay on time every single time, and they want to see that you have access to credit but are responsible enough not to use all of it. That's it. First, let's talk about the 35% that matters most: payment history. Imagine your credit report is a library. Every month, the credit bureaus scan your files to see if you paid your bills on time. If you miss a payment by 30 days, that's a red mark. A single missed payment can drop a good score by a significant margin. If you are struggling to keep track of dates, stop relying on your memory. Automate everything. Set up autopay for the minimum amount due on every single account you have. Even if you plan to pay the full balance later, the autopay ensures that the payment is never late. You are building a track record of reliability. You are becoming the kind of person the system trusts. Now let's get into the 30% that most people get wrong: utilization. This is the ratio of your credit card balance to your credit limit. If you have a $1,000 limit and you use $900, you're at 90% utilization. To a bank, that looks like desperation. It looks like you are living on the edge of your means. You want to stay below 30%, but if you want an excellent score, you aim for 10% or lower. Here's the hack. If you have a low credit limit, your utilization will spike even with minor purchases. Call your bank. Ask for a credit limit increase. You don't have to spend more. By increasing the limit, you automatically lower your utilization ratio without changing your behavior. It's a simple lever that pulls your score up almost instantly. There's a concept people often ignore: the age of your credit history. This accounts for 15% of your score. This is why you should never, ever close your oldest credit card account, even if you never use it. That card is the foundation of your history. If you have a card you've held for 10 years, it's proof that you've been in the game for a decade. Closing it is like deleting your experience record. Keep it open. Use it once every few months for a small purchase like a cup of coffee, and pay it off immediately to keep the account active. Then we have the mix of credit. Having different types of credit, like a credit card and a small personal loan, tells lenders that you can handle different financial products. You don't need to go out and get a loan just for this, but if you have a plan to finance a necessary purchase, know that the diversification of your credit types is a silent booster. Let's talk about the shortcuts. If you're starting from zero or a damaged history, you need to use the right tools. A secured credit card is your best friend. You put down a cash deposit, and that becomes your credit limit. Because you have provided the collateral, the risk to the bank is zero, which makes it easy to get approved. Use this card for one small recurring monthly expense. Maybe it's your streaming service or your grocery bill. Set it to autopay from your bank account. By doing this, you are effectively training your credit profile to grow. You are creating a consistent, positive signal every single month. If you are currently struggling with debt, there's a strategy you must use. Stop looking at your total debt and start looking at your accounts individually. List them out by interest rate. Attack the highest interest rate first, while maintaining the minimum payments on everything else. This is the avalanche method. It's the most mathematically efficient way to clear the debris from your financial path. As you pay off these balances, your utilization drops and your score begins to climb. But here's where most people lose the battle. They check their score every day like it's a stock price. It's not. It's a lagging indicator. It takes time for your positive actions to reflect in the numbers. You might pay off a balance today, but the bank may not report that change to the bureaus for 30 days. Don't get discouraged by the delay. The system is designed to reward consistency, not speed. You also have to be the guardian of your own data. Many people have mistakes on their credit reports, accounts that were paid off but still showing a balance, or even accounts that don't belong to them. Go to the annual credit report website. Look at every single line. If you see an error, dispute it. Don't just let it sit there. The credit bureaus have to investigate your claim. If they can't prove the information is accurate, they have to remove it. This is your right, and it's your responsibility to hold the agencies accountable. Now let's address the new credit trap. Every time you apply for a new card or a loan, the lender performs a hard inquiry. They're looking at your history to see if you're a risk. Too many of these in a short window of time signals that you are desperate for cash. Only apply for new credit when you actually need it. If you're planning to buy a house or a car in the next 6 months, stop applying for store credit cards or new lines of credit. It's not worth the temporary dip in your score. There's a hidden secret that many elite credit users know. It's called the authorized user strategy. If you have a family member with a perfect credit history, ask if they would be willing to add you as an authorized user on one of their cards. You don't even need to have the physical card. As long as the account is in good standing and they keep the balance low, their positive payment history will report to your credit file. It's a shortcut that effectively allows you to inherit their decades of responsible behavior. Use this wisely and make sure the person you're piggybacking on is actually as responsible as they claim to be. Think about your financial life as a long-term project. The goal is not just to have a high number. The goal is to have access to the cheapest capital available. When you have an excellent credit score, you don't pay high interest rates. You save thousands, sometimes tens of thousands over the life of a loan. That money stays in your pocket. That money is what you use to invest, to grow your business, or to secure your future. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that you are not competing against anyone else. You are competing against your past self. Every month you pay on time, you win. Every month you keep your utilization low, you win. Every month you monitor your report and ensure the data is accurate, you win. You are building a machine that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't get tired and it doesn't forget. The systems of finance can seem cold and algorithmic, but they are predictable. If you provide them with the right data, they will reward you with the results you want. Be boring with your finances. Don't chase high-risk moves. Pay your bills, manage your limits, protect your history. If you do these things, you will eventually find yourself in the top tier of credit users. It's not a secret, and it's not magic. It's simple, consistent, professional execution. You are building your path to freedom one payment at a time. Stay disciplined, stay consistent, and let the system work for you.